Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidanandamurtaye Nisprapanchaya Santaya Niralambaya Tejase Sankaram Sankaracharyam Kesavam Badarayanam Sutrabhasakritam Vande Bhagavanto Punaha Punaha ईश्वर गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद् व्याप्त देहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. So today we are going to learn how to control the mind, right? So how to control the mind? It means management of the mind. If we control the mind, naturally we manage the mind. And if we manage the mind, that means to control the mind. So it's vice versa. And it's very clear for us in the sannyas course is all about how to control or how to our mastery of our mind so that we can develop the dharana, the concentration mind towards the path of sannyas. Path of sannyas means here path of understanding ourselves, the world of real and unreal. We have been speaking so many things and about sannyas, following path of yogic science, following path of Upanishads, Sankhya, Gita, so many things. But today we are going to study how to control the mind so that we are going to be able to understand our self properly. As I said a long time before, we work every day in our life in order to survive or to be happy or to be comfortable or to be rich, or we have so many kind of desires in order to fulfill. But we work day and night until the end of life, and we work out there is the path of difficulties and sufferings, and we are not becoming free ourselves. So therefore, we have to understand to working day and night, to work and become stressful, or to not to work, right? Sometimes we think we're supposed not to work at home. Let's get holidays. In working days, Saturday, Sunday become holidays. Actually, nobody like to work, right? Nobody like to work. But without work, we can't survive, right? We can't survive. But when you work, we become stressful. Become path of suffering starts, appears. So work is not the path of solutions in order to be free ourselves. But of course, Without work, we can survive. Work is very important. We need to work. But at the same time, we need to also to be free ourselves. So therefore, yoga is appears good. And there where we can control the mind, we study Yoga Sutras, Chitta Vritti Nirodha Yoga. When you control the chittas, so naturally a person control the mind and understand yoga. Right? Patanjali Yoga Sutra very clearly explained about yoga. Yoga means all about management of the mind, management of the chitta, management of our action and reactions, and in order to free from the karmas of these sufferings. So chitta vritti nirodha iti yoga, if you understand this sutra only, the first chapter, the second sutra I think, chitta vritti nirodha iti yoga. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. If you understand this sutra, you understand naturally how to control the minds. So control the mind, all about to control the chittas. Chitta means the consciousness, which consciousness related to our Jagrata, Shapna, and Susupti. Three stages of the action reactions. We act and react, and that is called working. When you work, when you have actions, there is reaction. That is called work, and that result brings to either happiness or the sufferings. But it does not help us in order to attain the total freedom, a total love, in order to experience total love, a total peace of the mind, or the eternal peace of the mind. So therefore, we have to be very clear what is actually chitta and how to understand this chitta. There is various tools we can apply that. There is the various tools, various methods, various techniques in order to understand the chitta or the karmas, in order to understand our minds. Once you understand the mind, then only you can control the mind. Without understanding the mind, you can't really control the minds. So therefore, we have to find out the techniques, the methods, how to control the mind, how to understand the minds. How to understand the mind. So, therefore, we see that then sutras after sutras, Patanjali explain, we need to have the sadhana. Without sadhana, there is not possible to control the mind. Control the mind is not the goal of the life. But when you control the mind means when you understand the mind, when you manage the mind, you can work peacefully, understand your work peacefully without stress and strain, and where the karma yoga is applied. Yoga is applied. When you do yoga, you applied. When you do work and applied, the yoga became karma yoga. We work on day and night. All people around the world, all beings, they work, and the life of sufferings remain with us. So therefore, the wise people, the yogis, the saint and sages, they say that you must practice yoga. Once you practice yoga, so naturally you can understand the mind, manage the mind. There, they say that what is pramana viparya viklapa nridra smritihi iti britaya panchatra. Again, I back to the past chapter. You see, if you understand the pramana viparya vikalpa nidra smriti, naturally you can do sadhana. And sadhana, the practice is help us to manage the mind, understand different faculties of the mind. Then kundalini tantra appears here. What is kundalini tantra? In order to awaken the kundalini, to understand different faculty of the mind. Awakening kundalini means understanding of different level of the consciousness. But only you can awaken kundalini if you have a concentration of the mind. Without concentration of the mind, not possible to awaken kundalini. Practice of tantra also not applicable. Then, but how to do sadhana? We do many kind of sadhana in our life. The sadhana only comes so far, I understood. Sadhana, in this constant practice comes in sadhana. We do so many kind of sadhana. But we do sadhana, but the lack of trust. There is no trust actually. And without trust, without continuity of practice, then no results. So therefore, Patanjali Maharshi explained again. Says, Satu Dirghakalaha Abhyasa Nirantaraha. One has to practice for long time. But for that, what you need? If you practice for long time, then only get the results. Satu Dirghakalaha Abhyasa. Satu Dirghakala means one has to practice Dirghakala. Dirgha means long time. Abhyasa. Practice. Sadhana. You have to do sadhana for long time. For that, what you need? You need patience. You need a lot of patience. For patience, what you need? You need to trust. And you need love also. Because it is very important to have love. You have to have choice. Long time. Not today, not tomorrow, not day after tomorrow. So you have to practice for a long time. And for that, we need trust. And we need dedication. And you need to believe. These are skills need to be done. These are skills you need to cultivate so that you can practice, you can do sadhana for a long time in order to achieve the results of what? To knowing yourself, it means to understand your mind first. Because mind is the root cause of all our sufferings. Mind is the root cause of all our sufferings and difficulties. And same mind also you need to take as a tool. Same mind going to help you in order to understand yourself through the mind, through the concentration of mind. That helps you to dharana. That is called concentration of mind. That leads to the meditations. Then you have to learn through mind to the no mind. Through mind to no mind. And through mind to no mind, then you can understand. And samadhi. Then you understand yourself. So therefore, the question mark comes here, how to do sadhana and how to control the mind, how to develop concentration of the mind. Am I clear that? So sannyas course is not about to simply putting the orange cloth, shaving the head and stay in the monastery. It's not like that. Otherwise, everybody could go to monastery, shaving the head, putting the orange cloth. Everybody stay in monastery, right? So why not everybody go to monastery to ask them to stay like a monk? Everything free there. Many people think everything free in the monastery and they can stay for free. And many people also expect everything, all monks getting the free, so I can also get free. Many, I know when many European people come, I know, and people argue, the ashram is free, why you charge money? It has to be free, right? Many people think like that. Everybody expect ashram and monastery is supposed to be free. But you must understand, ashram or monastery is the part and parcel of the samsara that also need material things to survive. Right? Sometimes many European even charge will say that 300, 400 rupees to charge their family, whatever. He said, this is the ashram. Why have business? Why have a commercial? Why need to give the money for what? I try to understand this. So, it must be understood. You are working in a material world. Everything is material. Free means what? So everybody expect that way. But anyway, it's nice to expect that in ancient time, the monastery, the ashrams are run by the king and emperors. Like today, like I heard in Germany, also the citizens has to support 2%, I don't know, some percentage money in order to survive the whole kind of churches, right? I think might you understand Atman. But how many people giving this kind of offerings to the India, especially in ashrams and monasteries? No, they are devotees, are students, and who participate. I remember people try to argue with me, why you charge money and people stay in ashram. And when you say to the Karma Yoga and Seva, why I have to need to clean the toilet and ashrams floors? I'm in the ashram. You understand this kind of a mentality? I find a lot of Europeans have it. Not many Indians. Many Europeans, when they read only the scriptures, ashram monastery are free. But as India, we know if we are going to temples and monastery ashrams, we must support whatever we can. Nothing is free. That we know by cultures. So what I mean here, it is about to, then again about comes karma, the theory of karma yoga. So therefore in ancient time, and people have no money and they want to know themselves, they used to go monastery ashram, they do karma yoga to help the monastery in physical. Through karma yoga, you are going to understand what is your karma. What is the karma? Karma yoga is not about work. Karma yoga is not. That's why everybody can't do karma yoga. Not possible. Everybody can do seva. Not possible. My Guruji used to say, a common people not possible to do karma yoga. It means a common person not free from the karma as well. To remain suffering comes. A good meditator, a good yogi, a follower of the master or disciple, such a person can understand what is karma yoga. People do karma yoga, they work. They work. But karma yoga is all about purification of our karma. Purification of karma, not to expect. Sometimes we go to ashrams or monasteries, we do few hours, some work. But we have to learn. We have to understand why the karma yoga. Because that give you, when you're doing karma yoga, there is no expectations. The result of action has to be renounced. That help you how to detachment from the fruit of the actions in your life. We do many things in social life, and we are attachment of the fruit of the actions, fruit of the karma, and that leads to the sufferings later. And when do karma yoga, we are not attachment of the fruit of the actions. So we are cultivate the skills, not to attach the fruit of the actions. That is known as karma yoga. And that is not possible actually to do karma yoga without properly understanding what is meditation also. If you not meditate every day, you will not understand what is karma yoga. Not possible at all. So meditation is the foundation of karma yoga. If you want to free from the karma, so regular meditation is helping you to understand what is karma yoga, and that karma yoga is help to free from the karmas. And then more easier to understand how to control the mind. More easier to understand what the chitta breathe nirodha yoga. Not easy to understand chitta. So we have to integrate the science of karma yoga, the science of seva, the science of no expectations. No expectations. So we have to understand we work from morning to evening, our all life. Then why? The wise people created the monastery, the ashrams. We have to think about it. Right? We have to think about it. I don't mind. You can stay your home. So far you know yourself, you are free. You don't need to go to the ashram to study with the masters or gurus. You are already educated yourself. But I don't think so. Throughout all civilizations, not one civilization, we have been in many civilizations, and you read the histories. There is always a spiritual place, spiritual institutions, ashram, monastery, whatever. People go to there to study with the masters to know themselves. It is a part of education. Like you study the school and college and universities, also part of education. Right? You also contribute to school and college and universities. But what is brings? When you go to study engineer or doctor, it brings the job, right? You work. Similarly, when you study spiritual science, also it creating to know yourself, and in order to free from all kind of stress and strain, in order to understand ourselves. So spiritual institutions are helping you how to free from the stress, how to know yourself by understanding of your karma, by understanding the minds. So therefore, to control the mind, we need various aspects of yoga and methods and techniques. So as I say that control the mind not easy. Therefore, I try to bring many topics into. Am I clear that? Control the mind, understanding the mind. Not very easy as we think so. Like we do hatha yoga, asana practice for a few hours, few minutes. It is helping for that moment, but does not help out of your yoga hall to develop a concentration mind or free from this stress forever. So therefore, we have to understand where the root and why we became frustrated and depressions and restless, sufferings with many kind of sickness, and we live the life of insecurity. We don't know what we are doing. We don't know. We're doing many things, but we don't know what to do. Why we are doing. When suffering comes, difficulty comes, we give up. But as per Patanjali, Maharshi say that no, you can't give up your practice. So therefore, you have to understand properly, clearly, then start your spiritual path. Understand what is yoga properly. Then start your sadhana. Therefore, Patanjali Maharshi explained first chapters. What is yoga? How to control the mind. When you control the mind, what happens? When you control the mind, what happens? And what are you going to achieve? Aim and objectives. So he explained everything. Samadhi pada. Very beginning he explained Samadhi pada. Then explain sadhana pada, then vibhuti pada, then kaivalya pada. So aim of yoga to attain the samadhi, it means meditations. Through meditation you are going to understand different faculty of the mind and to manage your mind. Then only you can understand what is sadhana. So therefore intellectually you have to understand what will happen through sadhana, what I am going to achieve through this sadhana. So Patanjali Maharshi not explain very beginning sadhana. He explains second chapter what is sadhana, what to practice. And then after sadhana, he explains third chapter what the obstacles are there. And what will the attainment. When you practice yogic sadhana, vibhuti pada, I call yoga of obstacles. How to overcome the obstacles. So third chapter, vibhuti pada, yoga of obstacles, yoga of achievements, but that you have to also overcome. Then final chapter is called kaivalya pada, yoga for fully liberations, fully enlightenment. So that is the 4 chapters. Yoga of achievements. So therefore we have to be very clear. We have to be very clear means we have been practicing yoga so many years and we have been practicing so many techniques. We go to the different master and teachers. We study so many scriptures. But where the obstacles and not to control our mind. Sometimes we say that, oh, you see, I don't understand my mind at all. I don't understand. What I do, I don't understand. It doesn't make me any happiness. I do so many things, but I'm not happy. I don't find my path. Sometimes we said, out of our ego, yes, I find my path. But I find my path. But still I'm suffering. The life is still, the stress is keep going in with me. The stress does not free from me. My life is full of stress. But I know my path. If you know your path, so there will be no stress. If you know your path, continue that path. So therefore, life of spirituality means to fully control the mind. Fully control the mind means you have to understand a little bit different words. Control the mind means to understand the mind. Then you can understand the root cause all your sufferings and miseries and difficulties. Then that help you for the Vanaprastha sannyas, and that help for the imbibe the sannyas life. Sannyas life is all about to understand real and unreal, understand the meaning of life. So therefore, those who imbibe the life of sannyas to be a monk, so monk is all about to understand the life of a real and unreal. It's not something to be monk or to experience super paradise or somewhere the heaven and something. It's not like that. In my understanding, to be a monk and a yogi means to understand the life, to understand the meaning of life. It means to understand yourself, nothing else. But sannyas is a lifestyle, it is an education to know yourself. Like to be a doctor, to be an engineer, to be a philosopher, to be a psychologist. Similarly, education of knowing yourself. That is sannyas. And that is also all about yoga. Yoga teaching us what? To know ourselves. Yoga teaching us how to understand the chitta and understand a root cause of all our stress and strain in our daily life. So therefore, meditation need to be practiced in order to understand our karmas. And that karma and is the convert, is the karma change into karma yoga. And once you practice karma yoga, and your work became yoga. Once you understand karma yoga, all kind of work is changed into karma yoga. It means change into meditations. Meditation we can't do 24 hours with the closed eyes and sitting on positions. Meditation all about conscious, but we can't be conscious all the time. Therefore, we are become stressed. In our common life, in our social life, we do the work, but there we are not conscious about our work. We are not conscious about action, reaction of the mind. So therefore, that leads to the sufferings, miseries, and difficulties. And that also brings to sickness. Because you know, all kind of stress will lead to the sickness, no matter what kind of sickness we have. Because we are not conscious, we are not aware, and that multiply the tension of the mind. So all kind of tensions leads to the all kind of sufferings. So therefore, we very beginning, we need to develop the skills to meditate. And meditation is help you how to understand the pramana, viparya, vikalpa, nidra, smriti, the 5 skills, 5 stages of the mind. Pramana means the direct cognizance, direct perceptions. Viparya, absence of viveka, absence of morals, absence of common sense. We do many things, but we don't put the love there. We don't have trust. We don't have faith. And we don't have tolerance anyway. And we don't have patience. We do many things. And you see that the lack of trust, the lack of love is cause of all suffering also. Then we can't reach our results. So pramana, viparya, vikalpa, imaginations. We have so many kind of dreams in our life. Hallucinations, imaginations. And imaginations brings insecurity. Imaginations bring insecurity. So therefore, the pramana, viparya, vikalpa, then nidra comes. Nidra is a deep sleep. As I say that in yogic language, we say that nidra is the absence of consciousness. We are not conscious what is happening. We are not fully aware what is happening. Our conscious or unconscious, subconscious level in deep sleep. So therefore, in meditation is helping us how to develop and how to be conscious, how to be aware every stages of our life, every level of faculty of the mind. So we have to very clearly understand what is meditation, and through meditation what you understand properly. Very beginning, you have to understand what is happening, action reactions within yourself. That need to be aware and accept. So in meditation, so therefore regular or daily meditation is going to help you to understand different stages of the mana, the mind. Your wrong actions or the right actions. That help you for introspections. Meditation is another terminology, is known as antarmona, introspections. Atmachintana, self-analysis. You can give a different terminology. Meditation, you can go sometimes, sit down alone, side of the river, in the forest, or the side of the ocean, in very calm, sit down and watch. Introspect your mind. Introspect your thoughts. What do you think in that moment? Then you can understand what is happening within yourself. It's very important. Being a yogi, you have to find out yourself. When you are unhappy, when you are stressed, when you have difficulties, you have to think about why you are stressed. Just check them, check them, check them. And you go more deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And you will understand it. And once you understand the depth level, there will be no mistakes. And there will be no more stress and strain. There are no more sufferings. So very beginning, we need to practice meditations in our common life. Not everybody living in the monastery. Even we are living in the monastery, in the ashrams, also we need to introspect ourselves. And we also work. We do karma yoga. But sometimes, if you not understand that karma yoga also becomes stressful because that is not yoga. We also work in the ashrams. If you think it is work, that brings also sufferings, miseries. That brings suffering and miseries. But if that work, what you do the work, if you meditate properly and put that for your to knowing yourself, that convert into karma yoga. So many people stay in ashrams also. I saw many people also stress because they don't understand properly what is karma yoga. They always equivalent. They say I do the also karma yoga, karma in the home. I do also karma yoga in the home. Actually, not. We don't do karma yoga in the home. If you do karma yoga in the home, there's of course no stress at all. But we have to learn this. So what do you have to do and how to change your habit pattern of the mind, living the samsara? You have to need to practice daily meditations, daily yogi practice, and that skills helping you sometime in your karmic life, whatever you do in your daily life. Maybe all the time you're not going to aware and consciousness accept it, but sometimes you understand why you do the work. For what? And wherever you find the stress, you must understand, no, I need to meditate, I need to check. Somewhere is the wrong, somewhere is the something is wrong, something is unreal, which is not the fact. Because whatever the real is helping you all the way to happiness, and where the unreal, and we are expecting so many things from the unreal. Sometimes we go to the side of the ocean, right? Side of the ocean. And we're sitting in the side of the ocean. We try to watch many waves, but sometimes some waves are beautiful. And we are expecting the same wave supposed to come again, but does not come again the same waves. A different wave comes. Sometimes people watching the sunset, and sometimes due to rain, there will be no sunset. It's, oh my goodness, there is no sunset at all. Let the program cancel. Today is the bad weather, no sunset. And we blame to the weather, bad weather, no sunset, no sunrise. When people traveling the trips, right? In India, sometimes people book to go to sunset or sunrise. If there is a lot of rain, they can have sunrise to see. They lose their money to see the sunrise trip. So what I mean here, we have to understand the life of we have to understand what kind of life we are leading in our social life. And we have to understand always. We have to understand, we have to always understand positively, consciously, with using our common sense, viveka. And to understand properly law of nature, then we can understand the mind properly. So control the mind is the chitta vritti nirodha. That you need to always remember. That is your sadhana. Most of the time we do so many kind of sadhana, But why do sadhana? I don't understand at all, right? Sadhana is all about how to understand the chitta. Once you understand the chitta, all sadhana is completed. Because chitta is the root cause of all our sufferings. And to understand chitta, and you become free from all kind of sufferings. It's very simple, very clear. So management of the mind means management of the chitta. That known as we call modification of the mind. So modification of the mind is chitta. Sadhana is all about to understand the chitta, nothing else. And you understand the chitta and you becoming knowing yourself. Am I clear? It's very simple. Right, Atmanan?
Vritti is the modification.
Chitta, vritti. Yeah, vritti is modification, chitta. But chitta we have to put together. Chitta is the action, reaction of the mind. Chitta, vritti. So vritti is there. Means here we understand the chitta. A chitta understand means we understand vritti. Because chitta is divisible in three chittas. Waking state of the conscious, unconscious, subconscious. You put together, that is known as chitta. Vritti there means activities of the conscious, unconscious, and subconscious. It means you have to understand the chitta properly. So vritti are the activities of the chittas. Am I clear that? So therefore, all about sadhana means to understand chitta. I am speaking not chitta only one, not translate as conscious. Chitta is the totalities. We say chitta brahma. Chitta brahma means distraction of the chitta. is the cause of all sufferings. So chitta need to be free from all the breaths. So therefore, we say cessation of the chitta is known as yoga. Breath is to be ceased means action and reaction of the breath is are the action and reaction of the chitta. Am I clear that? Chitta is divisible. So breath is are the action and reaction. Breath is are the functions of the chitta. So when a breath is are ceased, so chitta is naturally ceased. Chitta is clear. So we need a purification of a chitta. Breath is are the accumulated with the chitta. So breath is are the, you can see the clouds. So breath is, due to breath is, we can't see the proper chitta. So chitta is translated as consciousness. You can say chitta, we can put in different perspectives. Chitta sometimes we translate as mind. So it means the purification of the chitta is help us in order to understand ourselves. And purification of chitta we need in order to develop concentration of the mind. We don't need breathes to meditate. We need to free from the breathes. In order to purification of the chitta, and through purification of the chitta, we need to meditate. So the purification of chitta is a tool in order to do sadhana. And without purification of the chitta, we can't do any kind of sadhana. And without sadhana, there is no proper understanding of ourselves. So therefore, if practice asana, pranayama, chakra yoga, or kundalini tantra, or mantras, rituals, all things are the sadhana. The sadhana need the long time, long sustainability to practice for long, long time. Now, I would like to have any questions, Atman.
Mariam Guruji, for the purification of the mind is also as a technique dhyana, willful concentration, like concentration on the breath or on mantra. This is also a tool to purify your mind, is it not?
It is helping, but we have to understand also. Because Vivek is very important to understand all of them. Sannyasi chanting mantra for a long time, but does not help. We sannyas practice asanas for a long time, does not help. We practice also pranayam, does not help. We practice kundalini tantra, chakras, does not help. So therefore, very means proper understanding is very important. The positive understanding is very important. Sometimes we study so many scriptures. We go day and night also. We also stay in ashrams. But understanding not there. So what I mean today, the lecture is all about to develop, to control the mind means to understand the mind properly. To understand our the breath is and free from the breath is. But sometimes we can't understand our breath is. Due to breath is, we do also do sadhana. Our breath is leads to, okay, I chant mantra. I jump on the fire. I go to jungle. I go to film. I go to tantra. I go to mantra. These are breaths. Very beginning. All kind of passions, all kind of emotions. Let go to party. These are all our breaths. Therefore, we have to understand. And what are the right things to be done Because breathing leads to many things. Even breathing is just and mantras. Without proper guidance, and we chanting mantras for some time. Sometimes people say, let's smoke chilam. You get meditation, people smoke chilam. Let walk on the fire. Like sitting middle of the fire, for example, like myself. But we have to understand why I'm doing this. Am I clear? So it's very important clarity of understandings. So that help you really develop the concentration of the mind. We sometimes chanting mantras, you give up. Sometimes walking on the fire, you give up. Sometimes you reading doing pranayam, you give up because you don't reach the goal. So we have once to understand clearly. No matter what you do, that's going to help you to reach the goal. So the mantras are going to help only when you understood correctly. Otherwise, not. That is, for example, there is a lot of mantras in Sri Vidyas. So many kind of mantras. And I check also many books and Google and so on. But nothing. I was waiting for 32 years to get the proper diksha, proper initiation, proper technique, proper understanding. Say Guru, not make you, Guru, a master, make you proper guidance. Like we study school, college, and universities, but we study systematically in school and college, and you get proper education, proper certifications, proper qualifications. Then people offer us a job because we are qualified properly. Similarly, the spiritual instructor or spiritual gurus is guide us hard walking path of to knowing yourself. Am I clear that? So therefore, but today we reject. Because that's someone coming and through. Okay. I'm in lecture. Yes, because I have to tell you, if you talk with high voice and the door is open, if there is echoes of the condominium, you know, it's a problem of. Okay. I'm sorry for interactions here. So so this is the topics. Anyway, I have the never here. So when I'm speaking, sometimes the voice goes to the upper part. So now am I clear now, Atmanan? About the topic is very simple. So whatever you do practice, whatever you do sadhana, it is very important for us how to understand them properly and put into practice so that we can control the mind, we can understand the mind. That help us in order to purification of the chitta. And through purification of chitta means understand the mind properly and we can manage the mind properly. So that is called control the mind. Actually, control the mind, as per yogic science, we will dominate the mind. So the proper topic is proper because that is I put the theme today, control the mind. It means understand the mind, understand the chitta, and understand because breaths are very difficult to understand all the time, very difficult. So therefore, through meditation, we can understand all breaths, and whatever breaths leads to the suffering, and need to free from such kind of a breaths, action and reaction of our mind, that emotion, passions. So let free from the all kind of emotions and so. So thank you. So let the concluding lectures today. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hare Om. Om Gurubhyo Namaha. Thanks to